Das Vidania, bonjour, and good day. My name is Troublemaker. This is Wargame Airland Battle, still in beta, but soon to be released. And before I get into this video, I do have a contest. I'll be giving away one free copy of Wargame Airland Battle to the person who is randomly drawn from the comments for answering the following question. Simple question that everyone can answer. Which national deck are you most excited to play as? And there are many. We have, for the pack side, the Soviets, the Polish, the East Germans, and the Czechoslovakians. And for the NATO side, we have the Canadians, the Americans, the Danish, the Swedish, the Norwegians, the British, the French, and the West Germans. So tons of decks to play as. Simple contest. So today we're going to go over some tactics. These are tactics that are unlikely to change because of balance. Our first tactic we're going to discuss is the most basic one. It is called the reinforcement block. And it's something that is very, very strategical and very common. Knowing this will allow you to not only win games, but also defend this tactic. So to really understand how to do a reinforcement block, first you have to look at the map you're playing on. You'll note that on this map, there are 6 white arrows at various locations in different zones, attached to zones. These make these into reinforcement points. The units will spawn at the base of the arrow and then move forward. So you have to kind of be able to guess which reinforcement points the enemy will take. Now, it's not always advantageous to take these middle ones right away. Sometimes you'll hold on to your back ones. However, a forward reinforcement point will allow for quicker deployment into the battlefield and help you secure those very, very pivotal and key middle bases. So generally, it's a good idea to reinforce and block the middle ones, but you can also reinforce and block the main ones as well, with moderate success. So after we've properly identified which base our opponents are likely to take, what we're going to do is deploy infantry to this point. Now, you have multiple options for infantry. I happen to be using the Canadian rifles, which come with a nice handy-dandy helicopter. A reinforcement block is based on infantry because infantry are very tanky when they are in forests and towns, and they are very high damage at very, very close range. They just blow things up. Now, how much further you go with this depends on resistance. If your opponent is trying to uproot your infantry and doing a pretty good job at it, it might make sense to bring up some tanks and add them into the fold. The most powerful of these reinforcement blocks will involve combined arms. You will see infantry, anti-aircraft, some sort of anti-tank option, as well as airplanes coming in to strafe run all these vehicles that are coming in. These are very, very hard to deal with, but there is in fact a way to block this block. So in this match I was facing Rebar. Rebar is in fact a sick nerd baller. He was a quarter finalist of the Wargame Cup, and so regardless, say he's quite good. Now at first I'm thinking that my tactic will run very well because he seems to have this very lightly defended. I have taken out quite a bit of units already with my infantry despite not really spending much, so I'm not even paying attention. Just drop a little AA gun. And the best way to prepare for a reinforcement block is to have units there in advance. And this will require some more functional knowledge for you to remember that you always have to protect your reinforcement points. Always, always, always. If you can have an infantry or 2 in there, defending that with maybe a recon or some sort of anti-tank gun and some AA, you're always going to be in good shape. Because these reinforcement blocks are game enders, and so you're going to have to realize that these are going to become points of contention. And if they do, you will have to reinforce it very fast, very heavily. So this is probably the simplest tactic in the game. This is one that almost everyone does, or almost everyone anticipates, and it's one that you should as well, if you're going to be a good commander in this game. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful in the least, definitely make sure to like the video, and if you want to see more videos giving more instructional content, which will get more and more deeper and complex over the weeks, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.